Good morning, good afternoon. What other goods are there? Depending on where you are around the world. We are here for Europe, 2 best of 3s and then 2 best of 3s from North America afterwards. We will be starting with Dignitas versus FaZe. Dignitas, a team who have a lot of matches to play in Europe at the moment, a team that I quite like to see. We saw recently a big statement from MSL. You know, his team have had quite mixed results. They failed to qualify for the previous major as well, which I was personally quite disappointed in because of one of those hollow stickers. On a serious note, though, I think they're a good strategic team and they're probably not reaching their full potential right now. Dan, what do you think?
I think that their time has been coming for quite a long time. I mean, there's been a lot of different pieces to the Dignitas machine. For example, one of the storylines for quite a while was just the nature of Kjærbye and when is Kjærbye going to perform as we know that he can? Because actually Kjærbye, he's actually been known as, or was, I think people were beginning to realize that he was very, very good or could be the new star talent from Denmark. Around about late 2014, actually, there was a Danish land. He started to play for some of the more top Danish teams, and people really realized. So I think it's been about a year on now, over a year on, and we're now starting to see him actually fulfill that a little bit. I think people had kind of quieted down a bit, they've given up hope, but Kjærbye has actually started to perform a little bit. MSL has typically been always a very good in-game leader with his own style, actually, and he's not the run-of-the-mill in-game leader. He's got a lot of his own stuff. He's got a very good head for the game, and he's good at leading a team as well. So it's always good to see what kind of strategies MSL can come up with, and he's good at bringing a team together, creating structure for the team. So you have a lot of the pieces that you need to the puzzle. I mean, they got config in there as well recently and had these lineup changes, and they're trying to solidify everything. Of course, the lineup for Dignitas until the last couple of months has been all over the place. So I think despite MSL being disappointed, I still think that there's still a lot of time that the team can...
It's good to be disappointed. It's good to be frustrated. It's good to recognise failure, Dan, and seek to improve it. So we will spend most of our time talking about Dignitas because we've seen much more of FaZe as of late. We saw the Vetoes leave the maps as Cobble Train, and the last map I've completely forgotten, Dan, it is Cache. Cache, which has been updated, but I believe we're going to be using the older version of it because there are a few bugs. For example, if you're on events in mid, and depending on what vent isn't broken, it's going to block you being hit by flashbangs. Also, the door towards Squeaky only opens in one direction at the moment. So a few bugs that need to be ironed out, as part of my shirt does as well, despite my best attempts there. So Dignitas on a T-pistol here, moving into the drop zone. 4 players for FaZe on the A-bomb site. The flank coming in from kioShiMa already, but they're not getting the frags. 3 men down.
Yeah, aizy been putting some bullets into some of his ex-team teammates. Let's see if FaZe can get in here, but they can't. It's going to be Dignitas with the pistol, and good economy for them. So Dignitas will get to dictate the pace, and that was something we saw much of. A lot of good T-sides yesterday because we watched 2 of the best T-sided teams in the world. We saw a best of 3 involving NIP and a best of 3 in North America, or 2 actually, in fact, involving Luminosity. And Cobblestone featured in at least twice, once for NIP and at least once for Luminosity. It all blends together, Jace. But
for those of you who did not stay up with us last night and watch Luminosity absolutely destroy their opponents, look at Luminosity versus Liquid on Mirage. It was amazing to watch. I tweeted the link. Check it out after the broadcast. It's going to be 13 hours. So Dignitas starting to clear out the long A area. tenzki goes down, so does Joakim. FaZe have bought on this round. This is not your run-of-the-mill eco. 2 players left on the CT side, and nothing has yet been achieved. I'll say that RUBINO could have gone down as well. He's only got 12 HP. Rain very unlucky. Could have got a 3k there, but he put kioShiMa in a good spot. MSL and RUBINO heavily tagged at the moment. Config will be the man with full HP. Takes 1 dig, but not the 1 dig, so Dignitas survived. That really could have disappeared. That round could have disappeared with that P250 work over towards long.
Yeah, but Dignitas will be resting easy, knowing that this round should be easy to clean up. There's no realistic, I mean, it would be obviously insane for FaZe to buy. They're never going to buy in this situation. Dignitas know that, and they can make the money back. And I'm really curious to see if Dignitas, what they will have to show for themselves against FaZe, considering all the cool Cobblestone T-siders we saw from NIP and Luminosity yesterday. I guess our standards are going to be pretty high, at least for you and I that saw all those matches. We'll be expecting much. You can really dictate the pace, and it's really hard to do anything but be just reactive as a CT side in this map. Just going for the anti-eco. Not really too much to chat about. There's usually two options. Usually you can go for the B plateau push, or you can go for the A long push. And they decided to go for the A long push, leaving guy towards drop, which is always nice because if the CTs were trying to like push plateau or something, you'd know about it. Now they're even going to split onto the site. So there's the GG at this round. There's nothing FaZe can really do from this point. Stacking the B site did not pan out for them. So Dignitas will be up against the buy round in the next round. And again, it's hard for the CT to get too creative. So, so much of the potential of the next round is really truly in the hands of Dignitas. The strategy that they decide to go with, the kind of pace that they decide to set. One of the strengths that they'll be up against of FaZe is just that FaZe are really good individually. Obviously, I mean, we all know about that. That's their clear strength. That's what makes them an exciting team. Now, yesterday we saw, from Luminosity, they just had this no respect, extremely fast-paced style. I think the first 5 rounds were over in about 3 minutes or something ridiculous. Luminosity were playing so incredibly quickly. And I do wonder if Dignitas will go back to the slower style that we're used to seeing, or if we'll see something more reminiscent to the rabid Brazilians, or perhaps something more tricksy, as we saw from NIP, a lot of the fakes. Okay, so it's like just a bit of map control take here from Dignitas into the A side of the map here. A long and middle will be taken over. Fox will see that smoke go down and realize he has to back away. And so Dignitas will force these CTs to go into a more passive setup, allowing them some more space. Oh, and there it is. The boost over the smoke. Fox will get sprayed down, and that is a bad situation now for FaZe. 5 versus 4 with over a minute to go.
Yeah, tons of time for the T side to capitalize on this advantage. There we go, MSL finally getting the kill there onto aizy. Picks up an M4, nice upgrade for him. 3 plays left for FaZe. As I say that, 2 will fall. So this is going to be a strong start for Dignitas. We'll see if they can turn it into a monster start. jkaem last man standing now, tenzki holding the angle. And there we go, a clean round for Dignitas. Nobody lost for the side, barely any grenades used either. Very good stuff for them.
Indeed. It's now going to be up to another anti-eco, and previously they went to A long, and FaZe lost out when they stacked B. Let's see what Dignitas decides to do this time. Of course, I mean, even if the CTs know what you're doing, it should still be very hard to stop if you do it correctly. So hopefully we'll see a lot of nades featured, a lot of good nades featured here by Dignitas, running with the nades. This is really nice. Just keep the pace really, really high, and into the bomb site they go. They get the good vantage points, still in there with those rifles. Get the bomb down if they want as well. And there's no response here from FaZe, who of course go for more or less, well, just a quasi essentially due to the loss bonus. And one frag being made there by jkaem. Can he steal away the weapon? That is nice. Will they hunt him down though? He goes in for another engagement, and he will fall. 5-0, and Dignitas once again now going to be up against the buy. But look at their money, my goodness. Their money is remarkable.
Yeah, they have 5 figures on multiple players. Thank you for Kjærbye for putting your normal name on. So FaZe back on the buy, but 0-5. That's, I mean, again, we always say it when it happens on Cobblestone. It seems to happen more often than not that the CTs get a disastrous start losing a pistol. We'll see if they manage to recover. I mean, in this situation, I think once the ETs get 6-7 rounds, then sometimes we see a round won by the CTs and momentum can go in their favor. So easier said than done. Fox gets the shot of the tenzki, and we see why he is so dangerous again and again. Config and Kjærbye will come back, so 3 versus 3. Nobody on the A site at the moment. MSL opening things up towards B. Rain and kioShiMa are left to guess as to what is going on.
Yeah, really good return frags there coming in from Kjærbye and Config, and that's going to make the difference here. 2 players for FaZe. How do they handle this? Now, you can either try to gamble on one side with 2 players and retake, or split up like this, and they decided to split up, and Rain will be moving forwards there. He's going to find one player. He gets the kill. He spots the bomb as well. He realizes with that information, he can fall back, hopefully get out of there in time without being traded. He's actually kind of lucky not to get traded there. And we'll see if FaZe with this information can clutch the round now. But Rain has given his team everything to work with now. 2 versus 1. The advantage will go in the favor of the FaZe side, and it will be cleaned up by Rain. Didn't even need a teammate because he's Rain.
So FaZe get their first round on the board, but Dignitas are dripping in gold at present. So the pressure will be continuous, unrelenting and merciless from the Danish side. aizy onto the Mag 7, which on this map is not necessarily a bad thing if he's playing around a drop and the cracking the wall over towards B. One would imagine that he will be headed in that direction. Does have some use over towards long A as well, but I would say it's more limited in that situation.
Rain's like it gives me the same feeling that Hiko does from North America, the North American scene. It's like the Hiko of Europe or something. Where every time you watch him in like a clutch situation, you just feel like he's going to do it. Like
he's
you feel
probably
like he's
going to win.
Yeah, you feel like he's favored somehow, even though he's it's a 1v3. I feel like Rain is favored here. It's like what?
Yeah, this is almost favourable for the other side.
So again, Dignitas going with those long takes. And they've been pretty successful. I mean, one round they just completely stomped FaZe, and then the other one, they had a positive trade situation to work onto the bomb site, and it was the clutch from Rain that saved the day. So Dignitas definitely feel like they're doing it right so far. They are getting the advantages. But upon the advantage, you must close a result. And Dignitas wait a little bit to see maybe if there's going to be a response and set up the coordination. And here you go. Bit of pressure from MSL, and we should start to see his teammates moving a little bit here towards the A side as well.
And he's going to course box to start looking for the info. He almost manages to escape, but there's just the one-man rotation here from the CTs. They still don't really know what's going on. Config coming in for a bit of a split here once he gets his flank on the way. Raze and jkaem in CT spawn by the APC, but surely they're going to get taken down. The Dignitas players, though, all being eliminated. 3 CT surviving for FaZe. That is a strong round for them. Dignitas perhaps waiting a little bit too late. I mean, it gave FaZe plenty of time to hang themselves, but FaZe didn't really look for the information until Fox started creeping over towards long. He got the first frag, almost escaped, and the dominoes continue to fall for Dignitas. But again, look at the money. They still have good money even after this buy. You can see they'll have another buy fielded should this one be unsuccessful.
Okay, well, it's FaZe with that 2 rounds on the board that it's going to make them start to feel a little bit more comfortable. Although it is a little bit sad that Fox has only had the AWP ready for 1 round, I think. Fox is so powerful, and it relieves me that now Michael Elliott is off the team. It's just so clear that Fox is 100% the dedicated AWPer. No one's going to mess with that, and he just gets AWP as much as possible, which is good.
I know in some of the earlier days of the team, there was a bit more variance in terms of who picked up the AWP. We'll come back to that maybe, because there is a bit of action here. The in-game lead has gone down for Dignitas, and again, they are using the clock as best they can. 3 CTs over towards B as the Danes move into the drop. They will be heard. Got a few flashes coming in now, and the charge will begin. Molotov to try and slow the pace. And that will do great work here. Rain getting the second frag onto RUBINO. So only 2 Dignitas players left in this push. Config, element of surprise there, which is gone now. No frag for him. Going to try and use the smoke to help his teammates, but they've got 30 seconds left. The bomb is on the heavily... Well, never mind that. tenzki's alone now. And again, FaZe have 4 players alive here, so what is tenzki's play? They can still buy, he needs to do damage, no damage is done. And again, we see momentum in favour of FaZe now. The money will start to run out once Dignitas have this buy, and FaZe's money starting to grow. So again, after a horrible start, the comeback is on.
Yeah, it is, but still no AWP in the hands of Fox. And Dignitas with the 5 AKs as well, not really opting to go for any AWPs. And you don't necessarily as commonly see it on the T side, but there are a lot of options for it if you're trying to pick towards B plateau, or even actually some players do it on drop. But you have to hold the fort there before I explore other options, because again, they're running set piece into the bomb site right now. MSL is the first man in as they try to claim control, and these rounds have been quite good. But we get a team kill. Config just performing surgery on Kjærbye. That's not going to be going well here for the Danish side as they try to control this situation, but it is so chaotic. Frag for frag for frag. RUBINO against Fox now to try to clutch the round for Dignitas, but he can't get it done. Fox doesn't need an AWP in this case. Saves the day for FaZe, and now they're 4-5, and this is a really good scoreline for FaZe on the CT side of this map.
Dignitas have an opportunity to still continue the pressure here. They have just made so much money at the beginning that they're still rolling in it, and finally it will be depleted. But as it is, with this consecutive loss bonus going up, then who knows what happens in the following round. But for now, FaZe continuing with the success. aizy on the MP9. I do wonder how much money the CTs have at the moment, because I think maybe he's reading that Dignitas are going to be on the eco in this situation, so he's trying to pick up the MP9. But again, Dignitas just made so much money, it was a bit of an anomaly there, so perhaps their economy will be hard to read for their opponents. A minute 25 on the clock here. Dignitas moving back to a slow approach, which I think would be their standard approach at the moment. Obviously, you saw them try to speed things up, just to keep the CTs on their toes. Didn't really work out for them. But look at the distinct lack of grenades here on the FaZe side. Fox has all of the nades, with the odd flash here or there on Terrain and aizy. So it's even going to be hard for people to flash for the peak. Got Fox and jkaem playing the A site once again, which is kind of the B site on this map, really. I always feel like they should be labeled the other way around, because B seems to be the go-to for the most part. We've got these, that's an important smoke from Fox. Yeah, jkaem didn't have any flashes, so it's going to be a lot harder for Fox to go and peek that angle. tenzki runs into the nade there, 50 HP for him. 35 seconds left on the clock. Dignitas rotating now, perhaps because of that smoke. They have MSL around the drop, but it's going to be a fast charge. And with 25 seconds left on the clock, the teams there are going to abandon ship and go back towards the A bomb site, but MSL has been taken down by the MP9. aizy getting a quick upgrade. Numbers now disappearing for Dignitas.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, Kjærbye in there though. And what else can be done? tenzki gets the sprint on straight up mid into the frag there on Rain. And now it's 2 versus 3. Dignitas still in a very hard situation. They can't even pop the bomb at this point. And looks like everyone's going to die. And good stuff here from FaZe. 5-5. They are defending quite well. And will Fox get an AWP? Yes, there you go. aizy picks up an AWP. Should surely make its way to Fox. Maybe? I mean, I know aizy can AWP, of course, but would have expected it just to always go to Fox. I mean, that's kind of the point we were bringing up earlier. It's great now on this team that only Fox AWPs. That's great, Jays. Oh, aizy's AWPing. Fantastic.
Well,
we're so smart. We're made to look the fools.
Well, it seems since Fox is playing over towards A with jkaem, they would rather keep that 1-2 combo and have aizy AWPing over towards B rather than rotate the player. We will see how it goes. I mean, he only has to hold an angle, so see if he manages to make it work. We've got the pop flashes coming in. And now here comes the eco for the team. aizy off to a good start there. Rain coming in to support as well. kioShiMa's been taken down. The bomb is on the floor. So this should be a good hold here for the FaZe side. aizy doesn't really have the HP to peek too much anymore, though configs alone now. The CZ will take down Fox, but the trades will come in. So nice hold by FaZe. Again, they're continuing to build their cash, and they take the lead. 6 rounds, is that 6 rounds in a row?
Yeah, it is. You'll notice that not a single bomb has gone down.
That is true.
That is a really, really weird situation. Considering that Dignitas have 5 rounds, not a single bomb to be down is kind of weird, isn't it? It's kind of a weird situation. Or did the bomb go down? I don't know. Anyway, so we'll see right now the double orb setup here for FaZe. Fox will pick it up as well. aizy gets the boost up to Plat. And it's going to be discovered. Looks like so far it's aizy not really able to connect anything with the AWP. So far his AWPing has been wanting. It's been found wanting as kioShiMa has to come alive. And kioShiMa had a really good day yesterday for FaZe. Great to see him having another good game. But he's going to get shut down by himself this time. And Dignitas looking to maybe actually be good for a plant here. 3 versus 2. Rain is by the boulder, smoked off. He's going to peek out for the frags, but it's again a little bit too awkward. Incendiary tossed out, but surely Rain will die in this position. He's so exposed there around the side of the smoke, but still gets the kill despite going down health, very low on the health. And Fox will finally get a kill into tenzki. RUBINO is the last man standing here now towards the plateau. And this is the classic, isn't it? Just got to wait here. It's a beautiful position. It's very wall bangable though. And Fox does have an AWP. So let's see if he goes to the wall bang. Or is he just going to go for the hold here? No!
Oh man.
No!
Fox, I can be your hero, baby. That is crazy. I mean, surely if you know where the bomb's planted, even with a smoke there, you can use the top of the statue to line up correctly. That shouldn't happen, Dan.
It almost felt like he ran out of bullets as well at one point.
It was stolen away. Yeah, there was just a lull in the firing of bullets.
Yeah.
Which would suggest the bullets had already departed the magazine there. Well, Dignitas going to have to keep their head screwed on and ignore that, put it past them. These things happen on occasion. Moving fast over towards the A site on this occasion. And again, it is Fox and jkaem holding things down over there. This is one of the less favourable angles to hold of an AWP. Obviously, if you're deeper, then you have many places to re-peek. But with danger already taken, and taken quickly from Dignitas, Fox is in the safest place he can be aggressive. Seeing the first shot, backing off. Counter smokes coming in just in case. Playing as safe as he can, while trying to murder people then. Now we have 3 over towards the A site. Again, we still have MSL lurking. He's been the lurker towards the drop, but he's making his exit. So it seems we might have a 5-man push towards A with 50 seconds on the clock.
Okay, well, Kjærbye with the first frag there in the entry. So things going well here for Dignitas. They start to push forwards, but the line is being held here just for the time being behind the APC. Spray comes in from jkaem, but he can't get it done. kioShiMa is now left with a somewhat difficult task, 1 versus 3. Now, he does have full HP. The kid as well. Config is quite low. I'm not sure if kioShiMa's got particularly good chances here, and he feels the same way. He's just going to backpedal ever so slowly and just keep himself alive. He'll be alive in the next round, very likely. Unless he tries killing console James, he should be alive in the next round.
Yeah, looking good. So Dignitas back to winning ways.
He's taking the chicken shapes.
It tells you now how many seconds, if you kill the chicken, it says how many seconds they've been alive. Since yesterday's update, it says she was with you for X seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
That is kind of interesting.
White chickens can't jump down. You see what I did there? You saw what I did there. 7-6. The money, all of a sudden, difficult. 7 rounds in a row for FaZe. They lose 1 round and they got no money. Well, they have a bit of money. 3 rifles coming out. The 2 CZs onto Rain and onto Fox. So, let's see who will take the first half in the first game of this best of 3 between Dignitas and FaZe. I think it's Dignitas' second game in the ECS League. So we've got a boost coming in towards the back, but MSL, rather than lurking towards the drop zone, he's over towards the platform, almost gets himself a second frag onto aizy, but it will not be. His countryman will take him down.
Indeed. FaZe's Fox, though, able to clear out the middle area from danger. So all is well for FaZe towards the A side of the map. Only 1 player lurking there. Problem for Dignitas is that the bomb is by the Dragon Law tapestry. It's just sitting there. Has to be retrieved by tenzki, which is really annoying because his teammates are actually in the A bomb site basically right now. So at this point, now that so much time has been killed picking up the bomb, Config's managed to get a position towards the doors here of B, and maybe there's an incentive to think about going for B potentially in that situation, but it looks like Config's going to go back towards the A-bomb site, and of course RUBINO has a very forward position there as well, but the bomb needs to make its way across, and the player on the site, RUBINO, dies, and tenzki can't get across either, so FaZe are having a really good time of this, and yesterday we made a point that FaZe, whatever map it is that they are playing, they need their strong CT side to work for them, because their T sides, even on T-sided maps,
somewhat underdeveloped there.
Underdeveloped, yeah. So, so far, I mean, if they manage to get the 9-6, 9-7 is not a thing. If they manage to get the 9-6, that's actually a really good result for them.
Well, let's have a look. A player boosted over towards the tree position. That is often a strong position, and not Molotov nearly as much as it should be. Because obviously the tree provides great cover for flashbangs being thrown over, for example. Also can see over the smokes. Kjaerbye will be the lurker towards A, so Dignitas changing a lot this time. moving in towards danger. He will be eliminated. So what is the timing of this push from Dignitas? The bomb's moving into the drop zone, but Rain has taken MSL down. So Config is alone with the bomb. Can he even jump into the drop now? Because it's a risk. He will move in, I think, with a smoke. But there will be 4 CTs. We can see one of the T's just got hit by the flames there. So that'll be a time that aizy surely hears. And FaZe should have little problem in cutting this round down. So far, so good. 3 versus 1. We'll see if Config can even get the bomb down. Well, it's a nice shot onto jkaem. But kioShiMa will finish things off. 9-6 in favor of FaZe.
Yeah, so if FaZe pick up the pistol, you have to just massively favor them to win this one, unless something goes a little bit awry on the anti-force buy. But still, it should be hard here for Dignitas against FaZe. It really depends on how Dignitas' CT side is, but Dignitas, to me at least, I don't know how it is maybe in the last month or two with any adjustments that they may be making. But due to the fact that MSL is a great in-game leader and there's, he's good at applying tactical depth to his teams, I always felt like Dignitas was more of a T-sided team. For quite a while. But then they've had so many lineup changes that it has kind of been weird to call any particular strength one way or the other in some senses, because they themselves constantly trying to develop their own play into something that works for their current lineups, which again have been shifting a lot. So I think they've had this one for quite a while now. They're like a good 3 months or so. I can't remember when Config joined. I think he was the last, him and RUBINO were the last 2 members to join, but we have FaZe here, moving very, very rapidly here through for a B split, and oh my God, James, it's absolutely savage. It's ruthless. aizy is laying him out to rest. I think he's used 2 bullet shapes, and there are 2 people dead here. Now 3, now 4.
I think the Glock might have been a burst fire. I want to say.
Well, it was effective.
Indeed it was. So tenzki is going to get a 1 shot of his own. But with 4 more to find, this might be quite the arduous task for the young lad. Charging in on the FaZe team. How many headshots is he going to get? The knives are flying in, and aizy will get the 2K, the 2 swipe, the 2 something. 2 stabs down, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah,
I was wondering if he's going to kill all of them.
He got 2 kills with a pistol and a knife kill. So he made $2,100
money
from kill bonus, and then he made. Did they get the? Oh, well, it's an elimination, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So,
but they have the $300 bonus for planting the bomb as well. All the bonuses down.
Money. Yeah, money.
Bonus round.
UMPs now for FaZe, and we'll get a stack into B for Dignitas. Will the stack? Will it work? Or will FaZe falter? FaZe, definitely a team that's they aren't as consistent as some on their anti-ecos. We shall see. They might even be thinking that Dignitas have a force buy.
Oh, kioShiMa starting things off well for the T side. He's looking for more people to engage. When will the reload come in? Back and forth he goes. Not going to be running out of batteries anytime soon. So, bit of baiting coming in here, but the corner will be checked regardless. MSL goes down. So, Config with the ninja spot, the 180. No frag for him. tenzki, last man standing. His position is known. Rain is in an awkward spot because he has no HP. So is aizy. Nevertheless, they will take the player down. So that was dangerous for FaZe. I think they would have come out on top. The flank was coming in as well. So a bit of a triangle of doom there. 5-round lead now for the FaZe side.
Yeah, it's that was a nice anti-eco, all said and done. I mean, they still have a lot of players, so good stuff for them. A lot of money on the side, more or less. They just need to have another clean round, and that bank is going to look really sick. And Dignitas are in a lot of trouble. And here is another anti-eco coming in. Dignitas not really, I don't think, going for a force buy at all in that first well, in the round following the pistol. So these are easy cleanups for FaZe, or they should be. They should be able to win these rounds with a lot of players left alive.
I hear dinks, Dan.
There are a lot of dinks.
I hear some. Although we see no kills yet for these CTs in this round. No Kevlar on these players. There's one for RUBINO, but that might be the only one he gets behind the rocks. He will lay it to rest. 12-6. Double the score now of the Dignitas side, who will be on the bye. And they're not going to have many opportunities for things to go right, should things go wrong in this first game.
Where does Fox pick though? Does he go A or does he go to B plateau? That is what I want to know. Okay, so it looks like he's probably going to B plats. And if Fox just finds an opening pick, Dignitas are going to be in a lot of trouble right now. Dignitas really needs to get the rounds now. Stop the money from growing from FaZe and get back onto the board, because otherwise they're not going to see a goodbye again, really. They're going to be forced into a spot where they just have to get rounds, so they're just going to have to squeeze buys out no matter what. So this is potentially the best buy that Dignitas could have in this map on the CT side.
I wonder if you threw a jumping nade directly up, I wonder if it would hit some invisible ceiling somewhere. And if that's low enough to kind of bounce over the wall of the site and hit Fox where he's boosted at the moment. I'm guessing the ceiling is going to be too high on the newer maps such as Cobblestone. Config shows a little bit too much flesh, Dan. Gets taken out by the paparazzi.
Yeah, Fox with that opening pick, and FaZe, you know, if they just play this advantage, it should be good to go here. Looked like kioShiMa tried to maybe too quickly push in from B plateau before his team even pushed B plat all the way. And so all the focus was on drop, and kioShiMa loses the 1 versus 1. So aizy, he's going to take down 3 players, or well, the third will have a bit of help from Fox. And that's that. I mean, kioShiMa, you know, sure he goes down there, but the B plat push and aizy on the follow up there from drop was very successful. And now Dignitas are really screwed, James. They are really, really screwed. What do you do in this position? They won't have money, and it's going to be a 13-6. So do they save and give the 14-6, or do they force every single round?
Because there is no good option. That's the problem for them. This is a map where the CT side is stretched pretty badly.
There's a really strong argument to just force buy every round, because you're so far behind. You could reasonably expect that even if you saved, like, you just want to gamble that you can win immediately with a force buy now. That's what the gamble that you need. Because then if you do that, it's going to be much closer, and you're going to make their economy much more destabilized, as opposed to saving once and then giving them a free round and having less chances yourself.
Their money's too far away though.
Big risk, big reward. Let's go. Force buy.
Yeah, I don't know that if there's a wrong decision. There isn't really.
There's 2 schools of thought. I don't think there's a wrong decision, but I would force buy. I know that's the way Threat feels as well, because we talked a lot about these situations back when he was here in London.
I think I'd go for the big buy, but the thing is, it's going to be really hard to get it to consistently win rounds, whether you have a force buy or a max buy here on the CT side. But for me, I'd go for the max buy, eco, and then max buy in the next round.
Yeah, that's the case.
The big buy, the big man buy. The big man buy.
So 14-6, and we will get the basically the one chance for Dignitas. They've gone for the one shot, one opportunity. Mum's spaghetti or something.
What?
It's a reference to the Eminem song. You are without references.
AWPs onto both teams. Just going to move on from your references, Dan.
I don't believe you know. I can't believe you don't know that one.
Well, I've heard the mum spaghetti thing, but I don't know. Anyway, let's just move on. We can discuss this afterwards, because Dignitas are hanging on mere fibers at present. Dan, does RUBINO there take some empty shots through the smoke? No, he will wait, and Rain will offer himself up. Down goes jkaem as well. So far, so good for the Danes. 4 versus 2 all of a sudden. Again, FaZe still have money in the bank, however, if they are to fail in this round. But Fox is a very dangerous man. Smokes are down. Time will be wasted. Flank coming in, though. Flank punished. 2 versus 2.
Yeah, we got a good opportunity here. Open position for RUBINO. Bomb down on the site. Not a good situation for the T's. Trying to frag their way out of this one, but it's not working. kioShiMa down in drop, but all eyes should surely be turned to him. Oh, well, the smoke will go down there. So I don't know if they knew that he was there 100%, but they sure as hell know now that he's thrown that Molotov. And the thing about throwing that molly there as well is it's interesting because the smoke's down. I don't know what he can do, how that can help him, the Molotov. But either way, he could have just jumped through the smoke and die. And 14-7 is the score line. We shall see whether or not Dignitas can start to string these rounds back together. As you said, the main issue with this kind of a play is saving and then go for the big buy is now FaZe have extra money because they played against the Eco and Dignitas. They don't have any opportunity to lose. If they lose one round, they are basically out of this.
Yeah, well, I mean, FaZe have such a massive lead. They're going to have loads of big buys anyway. So,
yep.
I think it's you're going to just have to assume that you're against a big buy every round because they're 7 rounds ahead. So there are tons of big buys to come.
But if you crush your economy and get more rounds against Eco, then you have more chance.
Yeah, but their loss rate is going to be so high already that I don't know how much impact it's going to make. If you're talking about the force buy versus the Eco.
But it's just like getting that initial economy. But again, like we can talk about this a little bit later, as it is no right answer, as you said. MSL, he's going to be finding the right answer towards the mid area, picking up 2 frags there with the help of tenzki. By danger, there's still a player with the bomb in Fox by along with some support as well. I think it's, is it Rain with him? I think it might be Rain with him. And, oh no, it's Rain who's actually over towards the tapestry there. An appreciator of fine art is Rain. Now, here goes FaZe back through A-Long with Fox trying to go for the peaks. If Fox can hit these shots, this is really doable right now for FaZe. But Dignitas are going to kind of rest on this advantage that they have. They'll fall back into more passive positions, playing 2 to a site, stack on the a boost stack on the statue on the B-bomb site, and MSL there by mid, able to find the first kill there as the peak is made, but we do get the trick coming in. aizy taking down tenzki, MSL is refragged, and now it is a 2 versus 2. Config and RUBINO sprinting to get themselves back on towards the bomb site. RUBINO diving straight through the smoke. However, Fox with a quick flick able to deal with Config out the balcony. And now, RUBINO, can he clutch against Fox and aizy? Fox too good. Fox too strong. Quad kill for him on the AWP, of course.
He's good, he's sharp, and he's strong, Dan. He is the mountain for the FaZe team, and they move into game point, 8 game points versus Dignitas. Many game points indeed. And you can see the money has gone for the Dignitas side. So what can they do in the situation? Do they go for a stack? If they gamble on a stack and they're wrong, then they're dead. They're probably dead anyway. They go for a bit of a standard format, but there is some aggression towards A. Passive positions being held for the time being. Again, the other 2 maps will be train and then cash between these 2 sides. First, we shall witness the conclusion of Cobblestone. Should it come soon, or should it come later on? tenzki looking to get close to that 5-7, go for the 1-taps. Crossfire over towards Plateau here for Dignitas. FaZe have 2 Molotovs to try and clear out certain areas. And they will be toying with the desperation of the Dignitas side. RUBINO goes down, the Crossfire's gone. And kioShiMa knows to check this corner. Once it comes out, the dink comes in, but 5 versus 3, they won't be too concerned.
No, not at all. Kjærbye there. Ooh, that is a nice little kill with the Kjærbye, James. Kjærbye killed him with the Kjærbye. The Kjærbye CZ. Where's the hard? 3 versus 1. Dignitas. All hopes rest on tenzki in saving Cobblestone. Flash over the top there. We get the entry frag, but he's down to 18. So his chances here are pretty dire, pretty slim to none. And it's very likely FaZe are just going to crush him here, and indeed he will become mincemeat, James. And that's the 16-7. And first map going to FaZe. That strong CT side really did them a lot of favors. Did they win the pistol rounds?
They did win the pistol round.
So
no, I think Dignitas, won the pistol round. They did.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Dignitas won the first 5 rounds. So FaZe only won 1 of the pistol rounds, but they had like a really crushing result there. 16-7. That's actually pretty amazing.
Pretty damn good. Yeah.
Yeah. So that really bodes very well in the series for them, and we have seen that they are generally there is a market improvement, I think, in the team, especially with the integration of kioShiMa. Yesterday he was. He really showed up yesterday. I think he was even top fragging in some maps. So be cool to see that again. I think Dignitas is going to be hard pressed to win this best of 3 now that they've lost Cobblestone like that, especially with the good start that they had. I felt like that was a really good opportunity for them.
Yeah, a 5-0 start is brilliant, and we often see that the CT sides either recover or just get completely wrecked on the half once it starts like that. FaZe made a great recovery and finished with a solid scoreline there, a very solid scoreline indeed. So the second map between these two is going to be Train. I think we will do another Cobblestone case opening since it's Cobblestone for one of our subscribers. So make sure you get involved in the chat. We'll see you after the break, see what crack we've won, and see if Dignitas can make this a 1-1. See you soon.